right? So that is how that is where we got this issue. Okay, so let me be able to copy this one. Okay, I'm just executing this statement. One row updated, then I'll give a commit, because normally when you are doing insert, update, and delete, you need to provide explicitly the commit statement. Okay, in order to make the changes permanently in the database table. Okay, now what we have done? So we have just updated the employee name, which means Ajay was there. Now we have changed to Ajay Kumar. We'll check the table whether what value is been updated, or if it is whether it is updated or not updated. We can query from the table. See, earlier we have stored as Ajay. Now we have updated to Ajay Kumar. Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir.
So make use of this update statement. We have changed the information of the employee. We have modified the employee name using update statement by providing the condition. If you don't provide any condition, and since we have only one record, so nothing to worry, it will update only one record, because we don't have any other record apart from this one. Suppose if you have multiple records, and if we are not provided no conditions in the update statement, it will update entire records with Ajay Kumar. So just be careful while working on this update statement. Okay. And delete. Same way. Delete also, it's simple. Delete from table name. That's all. Suppose I want to delete only one record, this employee number. I don't want to see this employee number. Sorry, this employee record itself. I don't want. I can provide this condition, the same condition, whatever the condition which are used for employee, no, updating the employee name, the same condition we can pass for delete also. To delete this record, entire value, entire record, entire employee data information, it get deleted from this table using this delete statement. Okay. So this is how we can write a delete statement. I can show you, or else I can write a simple. I can write a simple. If it is a one record, don't bother about the where condition and all. Just execute this statement alone. That is more than sufficient. It will delete entirely. Delete from employee one. Just execute. Commit. Then you can select the table. You can query the table. Select is nothing but a query. Just retrieving the data from the table. Nothing is there. Right. It is very difficult actually working on the SQL Plus actually. So normally we have a Toad. In actual scenario, like in our working environment, SQL plus and it is very difficult to work. And normally they will provide a GUI-based tool like Toad, SQL plus, SQL developer. So it is a user-friendly tool actually. We are no here even for copying from Notepad, it's not allowing, right? But there it is very user-friendly. You can write a. It is like a no. You'll have this SQL window kind of structure in Toad actually. So you can write the statement in that and you can execute immediately. Here it is not possible, right? You need to copy and it is not allowing to copy from Notepad to here also. It is very difficult. And otherwise, you can create a SQL file also. There is another option. You can you can have this SQL statement. Okay, insert, update, or delete, whatever statement, even create a table also. So you can have a SQL statement and you can save it as a SQL file and you can execute also. Like using like a ampersand and you can provide the file name .sql, it will get executed. Whatever the statement available in the SQL file, it get executed. Here we have different statements like we have a DDL statement as well as DML statement. But in a proper manner, if you want to keep like I want to have one file for create table and another file for insert script, delete script, update script, means you can have the file for each operations. Then you execute one by one. That way it will it will work actually. Fine. It's okay, right? You are able to follow, right?
Sure.
Okay. Fine.
So what about?
Sorry.
Sir. So yesterday you told before we finishing, you told about the rollover comment.
Which comment?
Rollback or rollover? Rollover.
Rollback, right?
Rollback. What is it, sir? Actually, last time you didn't say.
Suppose rollback. Suppose before giving a commit, right? Suppose you committed, you executed some insert statement. For example, in the top, you have some insert statement. Afterward, the data gets inserted. After you come to know my data, whatever the data which I have inserted, which is wrong. So I want to revert back. I don't want to insert permanently before giving a commit statement. If it is commit statement is given already, no other way. You cannot roll back.
Change it.
You cannot do any. You cannot do undo, right? So once you have provided commit, it's all done. Before giving a commit, you don't want to insert because already it's inserted. But the particular data it's stored in the temporary memory, not in the permanent memory, right? So in that case, you can roll back the data. You can give the rollback statement. You can give the rollback statement, which is already inserted, but it is not committed, right? But the commit was not given. By using this rollback, you can, whatever, and by giving this rollback, you can, no, you are not inserted the data. You just reverted back. Because I don't want to insert the data because I have done some mistake on the data. So I don't want to insert it. But still you have inserted, but not given commit, but still you can roll back. Roll back again, you can give a fresh data. By correcting the data, you can insert again. So in those scenarios, the rollback will be useful. But make sure whether you have given commit or not. If you have given the commit, then you have to update it. You have to give the update statement only by modifying the data. Otherwise, you can provide a rollback. As soon as you inserted the data, you can provide rollback. Then you can insert with fresh data. with correct data. That is the use of rollback, right? Okay, fine. So you may have some understanding on DML and DDL. We'll cover it tomorrow. We'll continue with that class tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Anything else you want to? Just to go through the document. I think she has provided the document to me also. Just go through the document when you find time. Okay. And see, for in Oracle apps point of view, there are some only few concepts which is useful in terms of Oracle technical. So there are so many things are there. By if you're having any the Oracle document, Oracle in the sense Oracle company itself, they have provided some document, some PDF. But there are so many things that have been explained. But those things are not at all required. Only for the few important things which may required for Oracle apps technical point of view. Only if you can concentrate only those, then you can work on any project in Oracle application. Okay, so I'm just covering only those things because there are so many things needs to be covered. So in terms of SQL and PLSQL, only the main thing I'm just covering in our class. Okay, you may see a lot of things, some advanced concept also, but since you are a beginner, you people are beginner, so I'm just concentrating on the important things, not everything. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. Thank you so much. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.